Did you know that more than 700 million people fly through TSA checkpoints every year in the US alone? Yet, most travelers still have no clue about the little-known TSA tricks that can save them time, money, and frustration. Here's a shocking fact. TSA PreCheck members wait an average of just 5 minutes in line, while regular travelers can spend 20 minutes or more. Imagine shaving off 15 minutes at every checkpoint, wouldn't that be amazing? But here's the kicker. Even if you're not part of PreCheck, there are hidden ways to skip the lines, avoid unnecessary baggage fees, and breeze through security without a hitch. In this video, we're going to uncover 6 TSA secrets that the airport security industry doesn't want you to know. From sneaky fast-track lanes to packing tricks that could save you a fortune, these tips will change the way you travel. Stick around, because the next time you're at the airport, you'll be the one gliding through TSA like a pro. Chapter 1. Secret fast-track lanes. Skip the lines like a pro. Waiting in line at TSA can feel like a never-ending ordeal, especially during busy travel periods. But what if there was a way to avoid the crowd and breeze through security? Here's a secret. Many airports have hidden fast-track lanes that aren't immediately obvious. They aren't advertised, but they can be a game-changer if you know where to look. These lanes are typically reserved for frequent flyers, but there are ways to access them even if you're not a regular traveler. For example, certain credit cards, like the Platinum Card from American Express, offer access to expedited lanes at various airports. In fact, studies show that using these lanes can cut your wait time in half. That's a huge difference when you're trying to catch a flight. One tip. Look out for the TSA PreCheck sign when you're walking through the airport. It's not just for TSA PreCheck members. Some airports allow all travelers to use this lane if they're traveling during off-peak hours. If you're not a TSA PreCheck member, this could be your chance to save time without any extra costs. And don't forget about Clear. This service scans your fingerprints and eyes for even faster access to security. At airports like Atlanta, Clear members can jump straight to the front, skipping most of the lines. But there's another secret many people overlook. Volunteer to be part of a random screening group. This might sound counterintuitive, but TSA officers often pull a few lucky passengers for quicker screening due to light traffic or low volume in certain lanes. It's a roll of the dice, but if you're lucky, you might find yourself in and out in no time. So, next time you're in line, keep your eyes peeled for those hidden shortcuts. You just might find yourself breezing through security like a pro. Chapter 2. The TSA trick to smuggling extra luggage. Legally, airlines are strict about baggage rules, and it's easy to feel like you're being charged for every extra ounce of weight. But what if we told you there are legal ways to pack more without paying those extra fees? It starts with understanding the baggage limits. TSA allows you to bring on a lot more than you might think. For example, did you know that certain foods, like cakes, pies, and even some liquids, are often overlooked during screening? As long as they're properly packed, you can bring these along without the usual hassle. Just make sure to avoid overpacking or hiding items in unexpected places, which can get you flagged. The real trick comes in how you organize your items. Instead of relying on the classic carry-on bag, consider using a travel backpack with multiple compartments. TSA officers tend to focus on bags that look overstuffed or disorganized. If your bag is compact and organized, you'll likely breeze through the inspection process. Additionally, you can often get away with carrying more if you're strategic about how you pack. For example, small, TSA-approved containers for liquids, 3.4 ounces or less, can fit neatly into your carry-on bag without causing any delays. And while TSA requires these to be in a quart-sized bag, many travelers forget that you're allowed to carry more than one of these bags. It's a small trick, but every little bit helps. If you're flying with an airline that's more lenient about carry-on rules, you can often sneak in an extra bag. Some airlines allow small personal items like a backpack, purse, or laptop bag in addition to your carry-on. By packing these smaller items carefully, you might be able to bypass the baggage weight restrictions altogether. Just be sure to double-check the rules for your specific airline. Even with these tricks, remember that TSA might flag any item that seems out of the ordinary. But with a little preparation, you can legally smuggle extra luggage without paying those high fees. Chapter 3. The in plain sight items TSA doesn't mind you carrying. When it comes to TSA rules, there's a lot of confusion surrounding what you can and can't bring. But you'd be surprised at how many common items are perfectly acceptable, if you know the rules. First off, don't assume that you can't bring large bottles of lotion or sunscreen. TSA 311 rule applies strictly to liquids and carry-ons, but certain personal care items are allowed in larger quantities. For instance, if you're traveling with an infant, you can bring more than the usual 3.4 ounces of baby formula or breast milk, provided it's declared at the checkpoint. It's one of those overlooked exceptions that can save you a headache. Another surprising allowance is canned food. While many think that TSA will confiscate it due to liquid restrictions, this is not always the case. Items like soup or canned vegetables are usually fine as long as they're in sealed containers. Just be sure to declare anything that might raise a red flag at the checkpoint, and you're good to go. Speaking of food, TSA allows you to bring fruits, vegetables, and even cooked meals through security. The key here is that they need to be properly packed. Avoid anything that could leak or spill, as it might prompt a secondary inspection. If you're traveling with fruits, a small travel cooler can be a lifesaver. And if you're worried about your tech gadgets, here's the good news. Electronics like laptops, tablets, and cameras are also allowed in your carry-on bag. In fact, TSA rules allow you to bring them out during screening for quick scanning, so they don't cause delays. Just make sure to remove your laptop or large electronics from your bag and place them in a separate bin. It's a small step that can prevent your bag from being flagged for extra screening. Lastly, even if you're carrying a large duty item like a power bank, you may be surprised to learn that TSA permits these, as long as they're within the allowable power limits, usually less than 100 watt-hours. So, next time you think about packing your carry-on, don't just assume it's too full or restricted. There's more TSA flexibility than you might realize, so pack smart and you'll breeze through. If you found these tips helpful, don't forget to hit that subscribe button for more insider travel secrets. Chapter 4. How to outsmart the TSA body scanner. Without breaking the rules, body scanners are a necessary part of airport security, but they can often lead to extra delays. Understanding how to move through them smoothly can save you valuable time. First, know this. Body scanners are there to check for weapons, explosives, and other dangerous items, but they are not designed to catch minor mistakes in your clothing or accessories. One of the most effective strategies is to wear simple, non-metallic clothing. Avoid bulky jackets, belts, or anything that could set off the scanner. In fact, travelers who wear light clothing are less likely to be stopped for a secondary check. It might sound simple, but it works. Another strategy: avoid excessive jewelry. This includes watches, necklaces, or even large earrings, which can trigger additional screening. Instead, opt for lightweight accessories, or better yet, leave them in your bag. This can drastically reduce your chances of having to go through a full body pat down. Also, make sure to take your shoes off before reaching the scanner. In many airports, travelers still forget to remove footwear, which slows down the process. Some TSA officers even recommend wearing slip-on shoes to make the process quicker. Another hidden gem? If you're traveling during off-peak hours, body scanners are less crowded, and TSA staff may be more lenient when it comes to fast-tracking you. If you're a frequent traveler, consider investing in TSA PreCheck, which is designed to make the body scanner process quicker and less invasive. PreCheck members don't need to remove their shoes, belts, or light jackets, which can shave minutes off your time. According to TSA, PreCheck members wait an average of 5 minutes or less in line, compared to the 20-30 minute average for non-members. By wearing the right attire and opting for TSA PreCheck, you can streamline your body scanner experience and avoid unnecessary delays. Chapter 5. The best TSA-approved gadgets you didn't know you needed. Travel gadgets have come a long way in making your TSA experience easier. Some gadgets not only make your journey more comfortable but also help you breeze through security. One essential item is a TSA-approved travel bottle set. These containers are made to meet the 3-1-1 rule for liquids, so you can carry all your toiletries without any hassle. And if you haven't already, consider a travel toiletry bag that's clear and easy to open, so TSA agents can quickly see what's inside. Another game changer is the packing cube. These are small, zippered compartments that help organize your clothes and other items. They make it easier to pull things out of your bag and show them to security without a mess. Packing cubes not only help you stay organized, but they also minimize the chance of getting flagged for overpacking or hidden items. A lesser-known gem is the RFID blocking wallet. These small wallets prevent thieves from scanning your passport or credit card information, and they also help reduce your chances of getting stopped by TSA due to suspicious electronic signals. Plus, it's an added layer of security against identity theft. If you travel with electronics, consider bringing a portable luggage scale. Weighing your bags before you head to the airport ensures you're not over the weight limit, which could result in fines or extra fees. When it comes to keeping your devices charged, TSA-approved power banks are your best friend. These compact chargers are allowed in your carry-on and are essential when you're on the go. Be sure to check the watt-hour (WH) rating of your power bank, as TSA limits the size of these devices. Most airlines allow devices with a capacity of up to 100 watt-hours. Finally, consider investing in a foldable, compact luggage lock. It's TSA approved, meaning agents can open it with a special key, while keeping your belongings secure. These gadgets, often overlooked, can make your TSA experience faster and smoother. Chapter 6. Inside the sauce mind. What they really think about your shoes. Shoes. What's the deal with them at TSA checkpoints? If you've ever wondered why TSA is so strict about inspecting shoes, you're not alone. In fact, according to the TSA, shoes are one of the top items flagged for additional screening during travel. The main reason: shoes can easily conceal prohibited items like knives, explosives, or other dangerous materials. While this might seem like an exaggeration, it's a measure to ensure your safety and the safety of everyone around you. To avoid any issues, the first step is to wear shoes that are easy to take off. Slip-on shoes or sandals are ideal because they save you precious time. You're much less likely to cause a delay if you can quickly slide your shoes off and send them through the scanner. If you must wear shoes that lace up, try choosing a pair that doesn't have a lot of metal parts. Metal elements, especially in the heel or sole, often trigger alarms and lead to additional screening. If you're traveling with kids or elderly passengers, remember that they are often exempt from the standard shoe removal rule. Children under 12 and seniors over 75 can typically keep their shoes on. But if you're not in these age groups, prepare to remove your shoes. Interestingly, some travelers are unaware that there's an exception for special shoes, such as those worn for medical reasons. If you have orthopedic shoes or a medical condition that requires special footwear, you are allowed to keep your shoes on, but you'll need to notify the TSA officer ahead of time. Now, here's a fun fact. In some rare cases, TSA may allow travelers to keep their shoes on during a body scan, particularly if they are wearing certain types of footwear. If you're a frequent flyer, it's worth checking out any specific policies at your airport before you travel. And finally, always remember that your shoes are inspected for a reason. They aren't just a random part of the security process. So next time you're preparing for your flight, don't just think about what's inside your bag, think about your shoes too. They're the first line of defense against keeping your trip safe and secure. Enjoyed these tips? Make sure to subscribe to get more insider knowledge and become a TSA pro. Safe travels.